What is going on, ladies and genitals? Yodi Slay here, bringing you episode 20 of my Borderlands 2 unique weapon series. Today, I have a unique sniper rifle for you guys known as the Pimpernel. Now, in my case, it is the Gentleman's Pimpernel. In your case, the prefix of this gun may change, but it will be some variation of the Pimpernel. Now, I heard a while back that the Pimpernel, the Gentleman's Pimpernel in shock element was actually the best sniper rifle for playthrough 3. You know, the Cobra has always been considered like one of the best sniper, actually the best sniper rifle in the game, but I heard a while back that the shock Pimpernel, Gentleman's Pimpernel to be exact, was actually the best one. So I set out to get this. Now, to get the Pimpernel, you're going to want to head to the Washburn Refinery. Once you get to the Washburn Refinery, head to that little exclamation within the red circle, and you will find a robot named SensorBot. Now, if you see his name, it will be something kind of confusing maybe for you. It'll be C3N50R807. Now, you turn the numbers to letters, and that spells out SensorBot. Now, this is part of the first DLC known as Captain Scarlet and Her Pirate's Booty. So you will need to have that, and you're going to have the mission. Don't copy that floppy. You can see that I've got it ready to turn in. You do get it from SensorBot. So you just go to SensorBot, get this mission, and then once you get it done, you know, go and turn it in. Right here, I get a slag version of this. I actually set out for the shock, never ended up getting the shock, and got tired of farming. So you're going to see me get a slag version, and then I get a corrosive version, and then by the time I got that, I was like, dude, I'm done. I'll just tell them to go for shock and show them how to get this beast. But like I said, you're going to have these DLC 1, Captain Scarlet and Her Pirate's Booty. Don't copy that floppy. The mission will not be there right as soon as you get to Washburn Refinery. You will have to do a few missions within here and within the DLC before it will turn up. So just keep checking back. Eventually, it will be there at SensorBot, and then you can just get her done. Now, the way you're farming for this and the way I got 2 of these is what you do is you go to it, you get that mission complete. You already know that you're going to get some version of the Pimpernel. The Gentleman's is the best prefix for this gun. So you know you're going to get some version of the Pimpernel. What you do is on these missions where you get a unique reward and it will save once you pick it up, there's no way to keep farming this other than you go to them, turn it in. You see what gun you get. Before accepting that gun, if it's something you don't want, you just dashboard, Alt F4, or whatever. Get out of the game without it saving. If you have to shut your system off, do that, because that's the only way you're going to be able to farm. So what you do, go to it. If you don't like the gun that you got, you know, just dashboard, Alt F4, whatever, so it doesn't save, and then go back in and just keep turning that in until you finally get the one you want. Now, I've heard that the shock is the best, so go for the shock. If you got more time than I got, go for the shock. It took me about... I actually got the slag version really early on, and then it took me forever to get the corrosive. So I was like, man, I'm done. I'm just going to tell them to get the shock. So here it is. I'm showing you some gameplay now. I got the sham shield on right here, but we will put the B on here in a little bit. This gun is a beast, dude, I got to say. And it looks super, super sexy. But I still think the Cobra is better if you ask me, but I haven't used the shock. I don't really know what the shock, you know, what the difference is. So I'm going to read from the wiki right now. I will say that it is a rather long wiki, so don't mind me. I'm probably going to start stuttering here in a little bit, but it says the Pimpernel is a unique aftermarket Maliwan sniper rifle obtained from the mission. Don't copy that floppy, located in Washburn Refinery. Now, special weapon effects in red text, it says sink me in red. When the bullet impacts, it splits into 5 lower damage elemental energy balls that are cast out in a circular distribution parallel to ground from the point of impact for additional damage. Now, usage and description, this is the really long part, so just bear with me. On initial inspection, the Pimpernel seems little different than any other blue rarity Maliwan sniper rifle, having the same base damage and accuracy. On its first use, however, the differences become quickly apparent. Each shot from the Pimpernel produces a scatter of 5 energy balls distributed evenly and horizontally, parallel with the ground from just above the point of impact. Though each does a lower amount of damage than the initial bullet, the damage is dealt in addition to the base bullet damage. As the damage of each energy ball is approximately 1/5 of the damage of the bullet, this can effectively double the damage output of the weapon without factoring in critical hits. It also dramatically increases the chance of inflicting an elemental status effect or even multiple status effects at once. The true advantage of the Pimpernel lies in its ability to strike a target for multiple critical hits with one shot. Using unconventional sniper rifle aiming techniques, a shot from the Pimpernel can strike the enemy once near the midsection and anywhere from 1 to full 5 times in the head area, resulting in multiple critical hits. Loaders are particularly vulnerable to this, as a shot to one of the leg joints will frequently result in critical hits to the eye or arm joints, in addition to the critical hit from shooting the leg joint. Furthermore, while the base damage of each energy ball is lowered compared to the initial projectile, critical hit damage is not. This results in a massive increase in the effective damage output if a shot results in multiple critical hits, especially if the weapon has the Gentleman's prefix and the associated plus 120% critical hit damage bonus. The smaller the enemies, for smaller enemies, shooting low or near the pelvis area will result in 2 or 3 hits from the weapon. For larger enemies, such as badass constructors, Roscoe, or any larger boss, a direct hit from the Pimpernel will result in massive damage, as the energy balls will spawn close enough that most, if not all, will strike the enemy for additional damage and critical hits. The Pimpernel is also useful against enemies with defenses against direct attacks from bullets, such as Nomad Taskmasters or even Shield Surveyors. While the initial projectile will still be stopped or even deflected towards the player, the energy balls will be created based on the point of deflection, bypassing the defense and damaging the enemy. So there you have it, dude. There's some notes here, but it's nothing. It's just like trivia and stuff like that. Stuff like that. It does say the elemental balls are affected by Zero's velocity skill, which will alter their deployment, and particularly this can make it more difficult to score multiple hit points. So there you go. The Gentleman's prefix is the best prefix, so go for that. But anyways, yeah, I know that was a long wiki. If you'd like to read it, the link is in the description. But that is the Pimpernel, guys. If I say go for it, go for that Gentleman's in the shock element, and you should be good to go. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please remember to rate and subscribe. Yodi. Holy fuck, that was high.